we will get started. Kareem.
You're on mute, Kareem. You're on mute.
Sorry about that. Hey, Mike. Needed to get stops down the stretch and weren't quite able to get enough of them. Kind of what happened in that fourth quarter a little bit.
Well, it was a combination of both ends of the floor. I mean, we didn't shoot the ball particularly well in the second half. We had one stretch where we got ourselves right back in the game because we made some open threes. But you know, we got such a hot start and kind of put them on their heels. But they're really good at home. They're really good defensively. Part of it was their pressure. Part of it, was just us. We didn't have a lot of turnovers, but we had some, careless ones at crucial times that hurt us. We tried to advance the ball quickly up the floor a couple times and, got those stolen. But, I actually came away from the game somewhat encouraged because here's a team that's playing as well as anybody on their home court. And clearly, we're still shorthanded and we came in and had a chance to win. Obviously disappointing you didn't, but, and some people who normally make shots didn't make them, and that happens. And so I feel like we made progress today. I just told our team, I think we made progress today despite losing.
That's what I was going to ask also, is this kind of one of those early season kind of measuring sticks to see where you guys are, how you are against the team playing this well, and to come up just short is, I guess, especially with the roster still trying to figure it out, is still a positive, correct?
Yeah, I mean, some nights you come away from a game like that and you're disappointed as a coach. I'm disappointed we lost. I'm disappointed, we didn't do some things well. But looking at how we played and the things we can fix and things we can do better, I generally came away somewhat encouraged. And it hurt us when Sidney Weiss went down too. I mean, just one more guard rotation. Leilani did a good job coming in, knocking down a couple threes, but Sid was having a really good game, and that's unfortunate. Luckily for us, we don't play for 7 or 8 days, and I don't think it's that bad, but we'll see.
That's what that was the last thing for me. I was going to ask early prognosis on her.
It's a sprained ankle. The degree, I'm not sure. She seemed to indicate that, it's the same ankle she sprained a year ago in the summer. So, I'm sure she's going to be sore. We won't know maybe for a couple of days how quickly she responds, and, throwing a plane flight into it doesn't help. But luckily, we don't have to play for a bit.
Thank you.
Tyler.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned there were some things that you were happy with for this game. Would you be able to elaborate on what you liked and be able to carry forward this week?
Well, I think for one, we had 4 starters in double figures. Mai didn't have a great shooting night, but she had a good offensive rebound night that, made up for some of her struggles. She got to the line a little bit. But, Ariel Atkins is, being more consistent now, shooting the ball. Tina obviously is still playing well. We played pretty even on the boards with them. We had low turnovers again in general. We're getting 3-point attempts that I want. I want to get 25 to 30 3-point attempts. It would help if we made a few more of them. But I think that, we're getting open looks. I think that Tina did a pretty good job for the most part, passing out of the double team and finding teammates. And she's going to see some double teams. But as we go through the season and we get better and healthier, that will make people pay for how they play her. If they're going to double team, we'll be able to make people pay.
And then a quick follow-up. Early in the third quarter, Tina wasn't able to get involved. Was it because of the double teams and her passing out of it, or was it something else? I
think it was a little bit of both. I thought we settled for some shots that we didn't need to settle for. I think we could have got it inside a little bit more. That's on everybody. I think part of it is then, they decided they were going to, go double team her. They sent Duana Bonner on the double teams and left Natasha, and, we made them pay with a couple threes and good cuts. And, that's us getting better at figuring out how to, when their teams are doing that, to take her out of the game, how do we get, other people more involved? And be quite honest, I mean, Myisha will probably tell you that, she got, pretty good number of field goal attempts. she's usually going to make more than she did tonight. So, if some of those go in, then the pressure is off Tina a little bit.
Thank you.
Jen.
Hey, Coach. Just wanted to follow up on Myisha a little bit. Curious, first of all, what you thought of her defensively. You've talked a lot about her offensively, and then also on the offensive boards, how she was able to have so much success there.
Well, defensively, I think she did a pretty good job on Brianna Jones. Denied her the ball sometimes, got some deflections, knocked the ball loose. I think that obviously offensive rebounding was terrific. She had 6 offensive boards. We're going to need that. Some nights the shots don't go in, but she did all the other stuff.
And were those offensive rebounds, was that just her being aggressive? Was that Tina getting a lot of attention? How was
a little bit of both, probably. She was aggressive. She was working hard to get inside position. A couple of them were her own misses, but she stayed with it to try to get it back too.
And then just real quick on the other side of that matchup, you mentioned Bree Jones, who I feel like sometimes flies a little bit under the radar with Bonner and Jonquel and all of them. But, how big was she? And, we can see the points she scored and all that, but defensively, how much was she difficult?
I don't know. I'd have to go look at the film. I wasn't really concentrating what she was doing so much defensively. To me, it was more the length of Bonner and Jonquel. I think the biggest thing with Bree is that she's done such a good job to change herself into what I call a pro body since she got out of college. She's just worked hard to become, a great pro. She, by her own admission, Eric and I were talking about, we saw her first practice at Maryland and what she's done since then to now in her conditioning and her strength and her quickness. It's a terrific testament to her.
Thank you.
Last question to Natalie.
Going back to Sydney, can you elaborate a little more on what she was able to do to help the offense in the first half? And then if she is
4 straight open threes is a good part of it.
And then also if she does unfortunately have to miss time, what does that mean for the team and who's going to need to step up in her absence?
I don't know at this moment. I don't know which way we would go with our lineup. That still remains to be seen.
I think that's it, Coach. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks.
Hey, Tina, how are you?
All right.
Mike just said, obviously disappointed to lose, but still thought you guys played well and took strides forward, as you guys, continue to grow. Was this kind of one of those good early season tests to kind of see where you guys are against one of the better teams in the league?
Definitely. This is a really good team, a team that's been together for a long time, been well coached for a long time. So, that third quarter killed us. I don't know how much points we scored. I think we scored like maybe 3 to their 17. I'm not really sure. Yeah, like 16, 18. Yeah. But that third quarter killed us. But yeah, I think we did all right.
I was going to ask about, you mentioned the third quarter. I was going to ask about the fourth. Seems like it struggled to kind of get some big stops down the stretch. Then what'd you think about the defense overall tonight?
You talking about our defense?
Yes.
I thought our defense was solid. We definitely should have won. I want to say Brianna Jones, Breon, and Jonquel were in foul trouble. That's definitely a time to take over and try to win the game. But when they put DB at the 4, that hurt us a bit. I think she definitely capitalized on her matchup there. So yeah.
Cool. Quick and easy for me. Thank you.
Natalie.
Sorry, had an issue with the mute button. In the first half, Sydney really helped out the offense. What do you think her effect was? And if she does have to miss any time, how do you think the team is going to adjust?
She stretches the floor. She's a great shooter. She's a good playmaker. She's smart, has a high basketball IQ, especially with her just being thrown into the lineup, just getting traded from LA. So she definitely is someone who stretches the floor, but I think she'll be all right. And I also want to say, Kareem, number 21, when she came in, she killed us. She gave them a little spark. I think her name is DeJohnay Carrington. She killed us a bit. She picked it up for them, gave them energy and momentum as well. So.
Jen.
Hey, Tina.
Hey.
Just wanted to ask, you had 29 points, so another day at the office for you, and Myisha had a double-double. Curious, how that chemistry is developing between you guys and what you thought of her work on the inside.
I think there's one thing I try to tell the team is just be a star in your own role. Whatever your role is, just capitalize and be a star in your own role. So like you said, just another day at the office. She's, doing what she has to do. She just came from France and getting really settled in. So I'm just learning and seeing where her spot's in and just how she can get better, how I can help her to get better as well. But we missed a lot of shots. Tosh missed some open shots. But Myisha could have finished, better than, more better how I see her in practice. But that's just how these games go sometimes.
And, from my perspective as a short person watching on TV, it looked like kind of a heavyweight battle in the paint. How tough was it for you guys going against their defense, or, what did they do making your life a little tough in there?
For me personally, they just started doubling. I don't think their defense was something that I haven't seen or haven't been up against like my entire career. I think they just started doubling. I was always in attack mode. So that sort of slowed me down, especially in the third quarter when they started doubling. So yeah.
Thank you.
I think that's it, Tina. Thank you.
All right, you guys have a good night.
You too.
Hey, Ariel, how are you?
Hey, fam, I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. Wanted to ask a little bit about yourself. How are you feeling out there? 20 points today. The big triple kind of down the stretch that, kind of almost got you guys right back in it. Just how are you feeling with the ball in your hand today?
To be honest with you, I don't think I played very well. I think I made a lot of mistakes in a row that cost us a lot of important possessions. So I have to be better at that end, especially when I'm staying in the game for a longer period of time. But otherwise, as far as like shooting, I'm going to keep shooting because we getting open shots. We just got to find a way to knock them down.
And that's what Mike was saying, said he was pretty happy with the overall performance, even though you guys didn't get the win, but, you guys did a lot of the things that you wanted to do correctly. Shots just didn't fall. Did it feel like that also like you, just kind of one of those early tests and, knowing that you guys are still progressing?
Yeah, definitely excited that we're getting better. And I know a lot of people can see it too. So I'm excited to keep building on what we've been working on. But it would have felt really good to get a win in Connecticut.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tyler.
Hey, Ariel, the theme from everyone seems to be like even though it's a loss, there were a lot of positives from this game, as Kareem said, and as Coach said. How big is it for you guys to have that positive momentum carrying into this week-long break that you have, which is a little bit atypical?
Yeah, I mean, again, atypical, like you said, but it's important because we're building on things. I feel like in the beginning, we were taking a step forward, a step back, a step forward, then 3 steps back. I feel like right now we've taken a step and then we've taken another step. So it's definitely important to stay positive and to keep building on the things that we got better at tonight, even though we didn't get the win.
Jen.
Hey, Ariel. I noticed that you guys actually out-rebounded the Sun by 1, even though they're kind of humongous. And Myisha had 6 offensive boards by herself. So just curious, how much was rebounding emphasized, and what are your thoughts on being able to out-rebound them?
Yeah, they're a really long, athletic team, so we knew we had to come in and rebound. And hats off to our post for doing a really good job of just finding a way to get us those extra possessions.
And then just wanted to follow up on your comments the other night about social justice. Were you on that call with Cory Booker that happened the other day?
I was not on that call.
Have you heard anything about that call or gotten any feedback from your and Tasha's statements the other night?
No, I haven't.
Thanks.
Natalie?
Well, you were able to hit a few threes down the stretch. Sydney really knocked them down early on in the game. How much did that help the team early in the game? And if she does happen to miss games after your extended break, what does that mean for the team and who can you see filling in for her?
Yeah, Sid's been good for us. I'm really glad that she joined our organization. Not only is she a good basketball player, but overall just an awesome human. And then her being able to knock down a three is humongous for us. We're big on spacing and big on being able to knock down that open shot on the backside. And she's doing a lot of really good things for us right now. It was tough to see her go down. I'm hoping that she'll be okay. I'm thinking she'll be fine. But again, I'm not a trainer, so I don't know. But definitely wishing her well. And I'm just excited about what we're doing. And as far as if she's not able to play, Kiera and Stella, two of our younger players, will be able to figure out how to get in the mix. And then, of course, we have Shavonte Zillis, who is a vet in her own right. And, she knows how to get it done. Actually just got, I think, Import of the Year out in Turkey. So she knows what she's doing. So we have a lot of people that are able to fill in that role. It's just a matter of, again, us getting better, us gelling as a team.
And then last question, I think this is Shibata. I can't speak Japanese, but I believe it is.
Thank you. That's perfect. Thank you so much. And hi, Ariel. How are you doing? I'm calling from Tokyo, Japan again. And I don't want to sound too weird with this question, but I would like to ask you about the last shot that you took. That was kind of like a desperate heave from around the half-court shot, I think. But it was almost there.
Yeah.
It was hitting the rim. So I want to know, how confident are you about taking those kind of, deep three-pointers? And do you practice those kind of shots in practice sessions?
Yeah. Well, we shoot a half-court shot on every game day. So if you can call that practice, sure, you can call that practice. But for me, shooting is just locking in on my target and letting it hit my pocket and going straight up, not thinking about letting it go left or right. I'm just trying to stay locked in to the simple things and not overcomplicating it.
And I think it was really mechanically beautiful, I think. So, and, a lot of Japanese players, especially girls, female players, they shoot like, with both hands. So really a different style.
Yeah.
And I am curious about your point. What can you advise for, girls trying to take one hand shooting from that kind of distance, maybe?
It just takes practice. Everybody's shot is different. My shot doesn't look the same as Sid's shot, and Sid's a lefty too. So it's honestly about what you practice. Me, I'm big on mechanics. So again, simple things, get your hand out in front of you, turn it, make an L, and straight elbow through. So I hope that helps.
Okay, thank you so much.
I think that's it. Thank you, Ariel.
Thank you.
Hey, Myisha, how's it going?
Good.
Wanted to ask you about your individual night. I know it wasn't your most efficient shooting performance that you ever had, but you still got a double-double out of it. So just curious how you evaluate your own game tonight.
I think it's just, not getting too down. Like you said, it wasn't an efficient night. So just continue to shoot my shots, because those are like shots that I make. So it wasn't like I was doing anything out of the ordinary. So it's just, next one. And, when you have teammates continue to encourage you just to shoot your shot and to be aggressive. Like Lay before the game, she said, I expect nothing less from you than a double-double every night. So, just to hear that from like your teammates and knowing that you can do it. You know, if you continue to play aggressive and try to stay on the boards, it feels good.
And then you had 6 offensive rebounds, which is the same number as the Sun had in total. So just curious, how you were able to have so much success on the offensive glass tonight.
Whoa, I didn't even know that. I did not know that. I don't know, just going in there, do my job, just try to rebound. They helped a lot with crashing on Tina. So my girl would definitely, drop down and try to double Tina. So just wedging in and just catching that the offensive board and staying around because they tip a lot of like rebounds. So just securing it, just staying around, securing the rebound.
And then last question for me, just wanted to ask about just the battle in the paint for you guys against the Sun front court, because I know they're really big and, Bree Jones is pretty strong as well. So, how difficult was it for you guys inside, and what do you take from this experience going forward?
Like you said, they're a great front court, but I feel like we have solid team too. And they're a great team. So I don't think it's anything we should be really worried about. We just got to continue to play hard and, match their energy, because they did do a great job today. Their post players did a great job today.
Thank you, Myisha.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler.
Hey, Myisha, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Nice.
I'm curious, now that you're a couple games really into this season, how is the chemistry with you and Tina right now and the starting unit as a whole?
Oh, I think it's good. I'm definitely playing off her. I'm still learning, whether she wants me to cut like right away or space and learning from that. And I know for one of our plays, we already got an option that we're going to do more often, because it's a bucket for her. So, I think just continuing to talk outside of basketball, just off the court, getting to know each other. I think that definitely will translate onto the court. And if we have anything to tell each other, or if we see, something playing off, we're able to tell each other, no matter like how it comes off, we're able to take the message and move forward with it. But I think it's going to be fun playing with her this season. Like y'all can see, she's unstoppable. She is, that hook shot of hers is amazing, and then she's shooting the ball very well from deep too. So hopefully I getting some assists in there too, and then that just helps my game grow even more too.
And is there I know it's only been 3 games for you, but is there anything you've kind of picked up from her as she's been able to tell you to, for certain matchups, do this, or just anything you've been able to pick up from her specifically?
Yeah. So now actually I've realized, so in the bubble, I didn't get double teamed, but they would like sit in my lap, and sometimes I would go right into the post move or wait too long. With Tina, I noticed how she'll dribble out and then square up and see where the opening is or attack again. So just seeing how she plays in that aspect will definitely help me continue to grow and when to cut and where to cut. She was telling me today, when my girl was, going down to double team her, like when to cut and where to cut, because I thought maybe like you want me to space out and you go to work. But she was like, no, you should go here, because then your girl's coming here and then we got a bang bang. So it's just little things like that where I'm just gonna take that and continue to grow with too.
And then you've only had a couple of practices with the team. Now there's a week off in between games. How important is this upcoming week for you to be able to get in and get that chemistry with Tina and get that chemistry with everyone else?
Yeah, it's really important. When I got back to the locker room, I was sitting next to A, and I was like, at first I was just talking to A, and then, I said it louder for everyone to hear. But now we actually have our team. We don't have Elena fully back yet, but we have the team, that's playing right now that can practice for a while. We have this week. So it's like we can actually, get a rhythm going, because like you said, I played in 3 games so far and technically only had 1 practice, like with the team, and it wasn't even like a normal practice kind of. So I'm just super excited to get back in DC actually and practice for the first time. So yeah, I think it's really important for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that's it, Myisha. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice night.
You too.